Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This channel is about AI. Whether you're an expert in AI or you don't know anything about AI, you have come to the right place. The format of this channel is going to be in two parts. So the first part, I will do some kind of a demonstration or some kind of presentation to let you know what AI can do for you or what AI is all about. And then the second part, I will do some discussion most likely related to what's being presented in part 1. So today's topic is going to be how AI can improve your resume such that you have a better chance to be selected and get an interview. So you might say, oh, I'm not looking for a job, why would I watch this episode? The way I presented AI usually is probably not specific to something. So for example, the methodology I'm going to present it to you, not necessary just for improve your resume, but let's say you have some sales presentation that you need to present it to different companies. You can use the same thing, same method, or any PDF file, for example, you need to improve, you can use the same method. So let's continue, and it might benefit you even though you're not looking for a job. So let's begin. So I'll start with a resume. So this is just an example that I picked. So most of you, if you're looking for a job, you will probably have a resume similar to this. Have some experience, skill set, education that you write down. Okay. Now, the resume that you have might not be able to get through what they call a ATS that most companies are using to screen. So ATS is called Application Tracking System, which is like I don't know if they use AI or not, but it's like a machine that scans your resume, and if it doesn't fit the job description, it won't even reach to the hiring manager or HR, right? So you will lose the chance. So you want to make it a little bit better such that it will go through the ATS system. And better yet, it will go through the system to match the job description. So how are you going to do that? So we're going to go through a workflow, sometimes also called AI agent. In this particular case, there's a site called gumloop.com. The gumloop.com, you can just get a free account, and if you're not doing too much, you don't have to pay for it. So once you create a free account, then you can create a workflow. So I already did that, but if you start off, you will say go here and type PDF, for example. Then you want to pick PDF reader, okay? So once you get the PDF reader, which you will get this workflow, and then you want to upload your PDF file. So I already did that. So this is called jana.pdf, which is this particular PDF. In your case, you want to upload yours. Okay? So that's step 1. Step 2, okay, you want to put browser extension. The browser extension allows you to scrape the content of a web page. So again, you just type browser here, and then you drag down to this particular place here. Okay. So once you get these two, you want to change this into scrape. Okay. So once you do that, you just have to link these. The third one is going to be called Ask AI. So again, it's the same thing. You go to here and type ask, and then you drag it down to here. Very straightforward, not that difficult at all. So once you got all these three, you link them together by clicking drawing the line over here, which you already did. So, but since I already did it, so it won't like you to do it again. So I'll show you again. So you just, that's it, nothing to it. So once you get these two reading the PDF file, this one on escape, then you want to put a prompt. Okay, the prompt is, you want to say, okay, modify my resume, and then you want to put your PDF content here. Okay, so you'll read modify my resume from this PDF content, which is coming from here. And then based on the following job description, which is the action output, right? You drag the action output. This is action, this is the action output. Okay, so we'll grab from this one, and then you want to say, make it an ATS friendly and professional resume with correct grammar, and then you want to output it as a markdown file. Okay, markdown is a format that allows you to easily edit, because it's very difficult to edit the PDF file. So sometimes when they generate, it might not be your likings. You might want to modify a little bit. That's why you want a markdown file. Okay, and then you say return only resume content and nothing else, because a lot of time the AI will give you a lot of explanation or whatever, right? You don't want that. Well, you can have it if you want, but so whatever the prompt here is up to you. You can modify it to your likings. Okay, so you can choose your model and you just save it. Okay, so once you save it, then we can do something about it. So to the page, you can go to any job site which has the job description. So I pick monster.com, but there are many other job sites you can have. So it will have a job description. So Jenna is an HR generalist. So that's the job that she has. So we'll pick something similar to demonstrate what it can do. But before you can do that, you need to add a Chrome extension for the gum loop. So I already did that, but if you haven't done it, you have to do it one time. So just install the extension for the Chrome gum loop, and then you just log in with the same account that you have created earlier with gum loop. So once this is set up, you go to the job description page, and then you click the extension button. It will show up, and then want to click on it. Then it will pick up the flow that you created earlier. Okay, and when you click this play button or run button, it will pick the PDF file of your resume combined with what it shows here on the web page, the job description, and then it will generate a new resume based on the job description. So once you click the button, you can click view to see what is it doing. So once you click the view button, you can see it's doing something. It reads the file, browser, scrape the job description and then go through the Ask AI and doing something to rewrite the resume in Markdown format. Okay. Voila. So you can see it, already did it in Markdown format. So basically you want to copy this, so you select the whole thing and hit Control C to copy this. Okay, so you want to copy this, and then you want to go to Visual Studio. If you haven't installed, go ahead and install VS Code or Visual Studio. And then you also need to install an extension called Markdown PDF. Okay, that's all you have to do. You have to do it just one time. So this Markdown PDF allows you to create a PDF file from the Markdown file. Okay, so I already done that, so this is already installed. So what you need to do, once you copy from the gum loop of the newly generated Markdown file, you select it and copy, and then you go to the Visual Studio, you create a new file. So new file, and put whatever name you want. Probably name it with the company name that you scrape it from, which is, for example, this is a doesn't matter. I don't even know what this company is. So I just make it ABC, for example. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to do a file ABC. But make sure the file extension is MD, stand for Markdown. Okay? So once you create a new file, create whatever you want, and then you do a Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac. Voila, so that goes in here. So you can take a look if you want to see if it's to your likings, and if it looks good, then you can generate a PDF file from this. So what you need to do is you do a right click. Since you already have the extension installed, you will see an export to PDF. Okay, then you select and click on it, and it will generate a PDF file based on the Markdown. Okay, it's done. So you will have, so if I go to preview or whatever PDF file to take a look, I can open it. abc.pdf. This is the one that generated. Okay. So that's the original one, and this is the one get modified according to the job description. Then you can go back to the site and apply for the job with this one. And this one will give you a much better chance to be selected by ATS system and by the hiring manager, because it will modify it to fit the job description. So like I said, even though you are not looking for a job, you can do something similar. If this is a sales presentation, you go to gum loop, you go to gum loop here, same thing, you upload the sales presentation file here, and then you go to the company website that you want to do the sales presentation, and then it will modify your sales presentation accordingly. You'll put your correct prompt, and then you will generate one. So it's customized for the particular company. Okay, I think that concludes the demo. Let's start our discussion. Okay, I hope you like the demo. So today's discussion is based on that I have present you a way to modify the resume according to the job description. So in most cases, I think the newly created resume will have to either stretch or lie a little bit about your experience, right? Because you might not have that kind of experience because the AI used the job description, then probably, I haven't really checked all the cases, but my guess is it will lie a little bit, probably not too much, since you probably will also look at the modified resume. If it's lying too much, you probably want to modify it again. So today's discussion is about lying, okay? So is it okay to lie on your resume so that you have a better chance to get a job? I don't know. I leave the answer up to you. But my opinion is it's probably okay. The reason I said that is since it's very close to what you have already done. So before the interview, usually they will, let's say they call you up and say, when can you do the interview, right? So you say, next week. So you have 1 week to prepare. And since the job that you pick is very close to what you have done, so you can use this week's time to brush it up or learn whatever the job description for this particular job, right? So I don't see any harm done, right? But it's up to you. If you don't think it's ethical to do that, then don't do it, right? So let's talk about in general about lying, right? So let me present you two facts. One is that lying could be good or bad, right? This is a fact. Because if it's not a fact, then there is no such phrase called white lies, right? So white lie, by definition, is good, even though it's lying. So, for example, you tell your kids, Santa Claus is coming down the chimney on Christmas Eve or whatever, right? Or about tooth fairy or something, right? So these are classified as white lies, right? But whether you lie on the resume is white lie, I don't know. You make your own decision. So the fact is, some lies are good, some lies are not so good, and that's a fact, right? So what makes a lie is good? It really depends on how you say it or how you present it and the appropriate time that you present it, right? So what does that mean by appropriate time, right? So let me give you an example, right? So let's say your wife or your spouse, your girlfriend or whatever, bought a new dress and then put it on and ask you, honey, how do I look? So even though your honest answer is, you're too fat, but then the appropriate time is to lie, okay? You might disagree, but my opinion is you would probably say something, looks good on you, instead of saying you're too fat. So I'm just kidding. But so that would be appropriate time, okay? So another fact I want to present to you is the more lies or at least the more you know how to lie, is less likely you'll be scammed. So let me give you an example, right? Let's say your job is to working for a company that scam people, right? So you make cold calls and say, okay, you have $50,000 inheritance, and then you need to give me $1,000 so that I can give you 50,000, right? So some people fall for it, right? So let's say that's your job, and then once you get off, you receive a phone call saying, "Oh, I have some inheritance for you, so will you fall for it?" Probably not, right? So because you know how to lie, that means you also have less chance of being cheated or scammed, right? So these are facts. You cannot argue with it, right? Because if you know how to lie, you will not fall for the same lie. I mean, that's simple as that, right? So I'm not trying to encourage everybody to lie, but at least don't be so naive, and at least you need to learn how to lie, even though you don't want to lie. So that's my message to all of you, right? After a few episodes, I will show you guys some way, an easy way to determine when you should lie and when you should not lie. Okay. So most of the time you don't want to lie, but like I said earlier, sometimes there will be an occasion you want to lie, and I have a systematic way. So after 10 or 15 episodes, I will show all of you when is a good time to lie. So if you guys can keep watching, I think that's about it for the day. If you like this episode, click the like button and also the subscribe and share it with everybody. If you don't like it, don't click the like button, right? Because you don't want to lie. But do click the subscribe button and share it with everybody. You might ask why. Well, the reason is I'm not that famous. God forbid, if you got laid off in 2 weeks or 2 months or whatever, you won't be able to find me anymore. But if you click the subscribe button, you will be able to find this episode. Just kidding. Just click whatever you want, okay? And see you next time. Bye-bye.